Hey Libras, welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your weekly tarot and astrology for June 28th through July 5th of 2020. End of June already. Oh my gosh, we're over halfway through the year now. We've hit that summer solstice. 2020 has been quite the year. Am I right? So if you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to share the video if you enjoyed it and give me a like and a comment. I do appreciate and read them all. So astrology-wise, we have the sun in Cancer now. Ooh, Cancer season. I'm happy about it. I'm a Cancer rising, so I've been waiting for this. Gemini season is always a rough transition for me. We also have Mercury retrograding in Cancer right now, and that will stay retrograde until it goes direct on July 13th. So it's all the reassessing, reevaluating, all the re-words that are associated here with Mercury retrograde. We're going to be healing, the past, really releasing, another re. We also have Saturn retrograding in Capricorn. Yeah, another planet going retrograde and another planet retrograding in Capricorn, right? Because we didn't have enough already as it was. So we have Saturn retrograde in Capricorn, July 2nd through December 14th. We have this really intense, another eclipse here, third eclipse here, lunar eclipse, full moon in Capricorn, July 5th, right at the end of the week here. And I think I'm going to try to do a video on that because I believe it's going to be the end of the Capricorn Cancer eclipse cycles that have been happening since the North and South nodes were in those signs. And now that they've moved over to Gemini and Sagittarius, I believe we'll get some eclipses there. But again, correct me if I'm wrong, astrologers. Okay. And if you do want a more in-depth look at the astrology of the weeks, for each week, I always recommend White Light Astrology and Gregory Scott. They're my favorite ones for, weekly astrology. I just think that they talk about the astrology in really straightforward and fun ways. So anyways, let's get into this here with the Tarot Muka. And let's check out your week ahead here, Libras. Wow, we'll take that. Okay. This is good. I'm liking it. Some of you guys have some big decisions to make. There's a lot of being at the... It's not even so much I don't even know if it's a come to a decision exactly yet, but there's something that we're eventually going to have to, choose a path on here. And for a lot of you, I feel like it's a career path. I don't know, it just feels like that to me. Your first two cards out here are the Sun and the Fool. Two very positive, happy, joyful cards here. And you have a lot of, there's a really smooth energy to you this week, and there's a really heightened energy. It feels to me like you guys have something that you really want to do. Or, you just have this sense of being on the cusp of adventure, being on the cusp of, I have all these options, I have all these choices. And that's why for some of you, it feels more like a career thing for me. Like, I could be doing this. Why do I stay where I am if I could actually be doing this or this or this? And maybe I should start looking at my options. And instead of worrying so much about the outcome of, maybe I could just look at these things, observe it, just see what my options are, just see where I could take this. And I think some of you are going into this very, this might be a good time to, look at this stuff. I don't know. And maybe I won't find anything, you're not expecting something, but I don't know. There's some type of awakening this week. And that's why I just feel like it's a good week for you if you have been bored with your job, if you're not happy with your situation, to start looking around and looking elsewhere and where you really want to be, doing what you really want to do. Just start exploring what it's going to take to get there. Just start exploring what these options entail, what you could, gain from them, etc. Because it's really beautiful and it brings up this Ace of Wands, a new beginning. For me, sometimes this is, a big offer. An offer of something that you're very excited about, a job offer, something that's going to take you somewhere, but whatever it is, it's a really wonderful thing to receive. And again, for me, it feels like, we're looking at all these cups here and then something really pops out. wait a second, I'm really excited about this idea, and you know, I kind of feel like I want to go for it. And that's something that we figure out. I don't know. Let me see though. This is where it kind of takes an interesting turn here this week. You guys have some real guilt leaving a situation for some of you, but at the same time, it's like what you need to realize here, and yeah, I see now. This is where we get a little bit stuck, where we get a little bit worried, and where that whole Libran thing of, you know, I can't make a decision about this, I don't know what to do, all that kind of stuff comes up. Seven of Swords, yeah, another 7, and a 2 of Swords. I feel like I'm hiding this decision. I feel like I have to hide this from people. I can't tell people about this. And, you know, we know, it's like, look at the way he's looking at that 2 of Swords. He knows that he's going to have to find a way to pick up one of those 2 swords and go in that direction. He knows that there has to be a change here, and that, you know, we're looking at, you know, deep down, because 7 of Swords for me is kind of, there's a deep down card. Yeah, it can be the fox in the hen house, thing like that, but really it's a shadow in our life that is taking from us, or, you know, feeling like we're hiding something and we're not, how do I say this? Oh, thank you, Mercury retrograde. I hate when it comes around because it feels like it just scrambles my sentences. But find a better way to say this, Helen. It's hidden stuff here. It's secrets. It's what we're not willing to talk about, willing to confront here. And the secret here is that we need to make a decision. And we could be, again, keeping this from people, keeping this from a boss. But I think what you guys need to start doing this week, and what you do start doing, I'm not saying this could be much bigger than a weekly, just because these energies feel bigger. And we'll talk more about this, I think, in the July reading. I feel like this is definitely going to come up for you guys in July. 8 of Cups is underneath this situation. Needing to move on, needing to leave, you know, yeah, we might have built a family, a home, something where we are, but it's like, now that I start looking at my options, I know that I have to move on. I know that this chapter is over, and that if I really want to be happy, if I really want to, you know, make something with this amazing energy that I have, this Venusian energy, this Empress energy, and we have, you know, the Magician, which to me shows that you can do this, you know, having the power, having the wherewithal, having the knowledge, the ability to really make something happen, something that you've wanted to happen, something about, you know, our comfort, our stability, our home, our money, because, you know, the Empress is about all those things, but she also is the long-term manifester. She's also more wealthy. She's the combination of all the queens. She doesn't have to worry about wealth. She doesn't have to worry about, you know, getting what she needs, because she will always have it. She's planted those seeds, she's nurtured them, and she does not worry for wealth. She does not want for anything. She's divine feminine. She just is. And to get to that point, you know, we want to create a life for ourselves like that. We see ourselves in this, like, and again, as a Venus-ruled sign, much like a Taurus, this is kind of your energy. This is that Venusian energy kicking in and saying, you deserve more. Don't you want this? Don't hold up for anything less. And you know what's interesting at the end of the week here? If you were afraid that you wouldn't be supported, if you were afraid that, you know, this, I'm going to chase this and nothing's going to happen. No, something's definitely going to happen, because above her is the Emperor, one of the first cards out for you guys. Yeah, that's a match made in heaven. That's divine masculine and feminine coming together. I mean, forget about the whole love aspect as well. I mean, that could, again, if this has to do with love, it's your perfect partner. It's, you know, your match made in heaven. And it's, for me, this week could be when you set off to go and seek somebody that, you know, is much better suited for you, and realizing that it wasn't that hard to find. And, all you really had to do was have faith in yourself and start moving on, moving forward. But again, for the more work, and again, that's because that's the line that I'm really picking up on here about life and work and needing more out of it all, needing more, and knowing that it's right there. If you just reach out for it, these decisions kind of just come, and you just start realize that, you know, the reason that you've been holding back on this, the reason that you feel like you need to hide this, is because you feel some type of loyalty. You feel guilty about it for some reason. You don't need to feel guilty this week, and that's what you realize. I don't need to feel guilty for going for what I deserve, for going for what I want. Because look, I can just have it. And why was I waiting? And letting these people show, like, you know, take my energy and show me that, you know, I couldn't do this or do that, or if making me feel like I couldn't move past this, but I can have it all. Whoa. As soon as I start chasing what I really want and going for it and really exploring my options, they seem to just kind of fall into my lap. Libras. All right, let's pull Lynn V. Andrews' power card here. Ooh, silence. I'm going to show it to you like this first. All right, and then I have to read it, so I have to put it on its side. Sorry. Before making a decision of power, move into that place of silence and serenity deep within you. Sit anywhere, close your eyes, and follow your breath in and out. On the third inhalation, take the breath down into your belly and locate your place of power just below your navel. Visualize your place of power holding the golden sun, a disk of radiant brilliance within you. Observe the silence like a deer in a meadow. If you are in pain, use your consciousness to find where the pain lives within your body. Then move into that pain and beyond it until you find the sources of silence. In this silence lives your sacred witness, that which sees all and knows all and is all that you are. Power is born within silence. Beautiful messages here this week. I love you guys so much. If you haven't, do make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Check me out over on Instagram. If you want to book a private reading, all that information is below in the description box. Feel free to use my code Deku30 to get 30% off of any numerology, astrology, compatibility analysis that you get through Truly Divine. All that info is also below, and you can use that code as many times as you want, over and over if you really want to. And have a wonderful and blessed week, guys. Namaste.